Suppose we take the picture in front of this luxurious full-size Ambassador.
Oh, you mean this one right here?
Get your filthy hands off that car!
For those of you who may not be familiar with it, the AMC Ambassador was a full-size car that was produced by American Motors Corporation, or AMC, from 1958 through 1974. It was the flagship model of the AMC lineup and was designed to compete with other full-size cars from General Motors, Ford, and Chrysler. Hey, what is your favorite classic car? We want to know. Leave us your comments below. Our awesome channel subscribers have asked that we produce a video on the Ambassador, so here it is. This is the story of the AMC Ambassador.
Are they really that good?
Now you might be thinking, why should I care about a car that was made over 50 years ago and really wasn't as popular as the other major three? Well, let me tell you, the AMC Ambassador was ahead of its time in many ways, and it deserves a closer look. The 1958 AMC Ambassador was the first year of production for this iconic model. The Ambassador had a sleek and modern design and was unlike anything else on the road at the time. It had a long, low profile with clean lines and a minimalist look that was very different from the heavy and ornate designs of its competitors. The car's front end was distinctive with a wide grille and large headlights that gave it a bold and powerful look. The AMC Ambassador wasn't just a powerful car, it was also packed with innovative features that were well ahead of their time. For example, it was one of the first cars to offer a fully automatic climate control system, which was a big deal in the days before air conditioning was standard in every car. For 1959, the Ambassador received a revised grille, side trim, and redesigned rear door skins that swept into the tail fins instead of terminating at the C-pillar. The front and rear bumpers were over 20% thicker and featured recessed center sections to protect license plates. Adjustable headrests were now available as an option for the front seats as an industry first. The 1960 model year lineup was totally reskinned. Significant were the lower hood line, lower windshield cowl, simplified side trims, and egg crate grille with stand-up letters spelling Ambassador, while the tail fins were reduced in height and were canted to either side, making for an integrated appearance, and the Ambassador name was repeated across the rear trunk lid.
The fresh new spirit of '64. See beautiful new Rambler Ambassadors. Total excellence in a high-performance luxury V8. New shift command transmission. You shift it, or it shifts itself.
The 1964 model year introduced minor trim changes and new options for the Ambassador line, as AMC's emphasis was on the transformed Rambler American compact size models. The electric shaver grille on the 1963 model was replaced with a flush-mounted design, and the engine and transmission options were widened.
My new Ambassador. Will I ever forget our first meeting? They told me you were sensible, and you proved it right away. Like your two separate brake systems.
In 1965, no matter how much success the new Rambler achieved in the marketplace, AMC management was not completely satisfied. Management decided that the company would be much more successful if its products competed more directly with the big three. They would achieve this by pushing all AMC vehicles further upmarket among the various market segments, shaking off the company's economy car image and offering vehicles once again in all three major American car size classes: compact, intermediate, and full-size. For 1966, a new luxury DPL submodel, short for Diplomat, two-door hardtop, debuted at the top of the range. The DPL included special lower body side trims and numerous standard convenience items such as reclining bucket seats upholstered in brocade fabrics or optional vinyl. An optional interior trim featured houndstooth fabric and included two throw pillows.
On every Ambassador model, we're making air conditioning and automatic transmission standard, and nobody else does that. Why is American Motors doing all this? If you had to compete with the 3 biggest car companies in America, what would you do?
By the time 1970 came around, the rooflines of the Ambassador featured a slimmer C-pillar, squared-off rear door windows, and it met a belt line that kicked up beneath the trailing edge of each rear door window. This rear fascia contained a new rib tail light lens that stretched wall to wall and included twin square white reverse light lenses in its center. Station wagons received no change to their rooflines, doors, and rear fascias. However, all Ambassadors received a new extruded aluminum grille at the front, featuring several widely spaced bright horizontal bars with one wide body-colored horizontal grille bar extending to each headlight cluster. The new turbine-themed wheel covers were introduced and would remain through 1974. Following the previous year's redesign, the 1971 Ambassadors received minor changes and improvements. Styling changes consisted of a new fascia for the front. Taillights on the hardtop coupes and sedans still ran wall-to-wall, but the twin backup lights were moved from the center to further outboard. Once again, the wagon received few changes at the rear but added a new design for its optional wood grain side trim, which filled in its upper body sides. Minor changes greeted the 1972 Ambassador, as AMC's biggest news for the year was the addition of the innovative AMC Buyer Protection Plan, which included the industry's first 12-month, 12,000-mile or 19,000-kilometer bumper-to-bumper warranty.
The Ambassador comes standard with all the things you normally order in a car, which makes it one of the most luxurious of its class, and it's backed by the American Motors Buyer Protection Plan. Fully equipped with tax and license, it sells for $5,362.53.
In 1973, Ambassadors now came in one high-level Brougham trim. 10 popular items including an AM radio, power disc brakes, tinted glass, and white wall tires were added to the already extensive standard equipment list that included air conditioning.
The American Motors Buyer Protection Plan. Only American Motors makes this promise. The Buyer
1974 brought in the 8th and final generation of the Ambassador. The Ambassador sales had remained steady since 1970, despite the lack of major changes to the vehicle. The 1974 models were restyled and stretched 7 inches or 180 millimeters to accommodate energy-absorbing bumpers in both front and rear. The grille showed off a new squared-off loop-type design surrounding the circular recessed quad lights and featured a forward protruding center. Sales of all full-size vehicles, regardless of the automaker, fell significantly in 1974 as America's focus shifted to the smaller cars. The demand for AMC Gremlins and Hornets was increasing since 1971. And the automaker was unable to keep up with making smaller models by 74. It was also getting ready to introduce the Pacer, so AMC decided to end production of the Ambassador. The final AMC Ambassador rolled off the Kenosha, Wisconsin assembly line in June of 1974. Well, hey, there you have it, the story of the AMC Ambassador. You know, I always thought that they were a little odd-looking considering my parents owned Chevy station wagons, right? Later I found they weren't really bad cars at all. Did you own one, or did your family own an Ambassador? If so, we want to hear your thoughts on the Ambassador. Leave your comments below, we want to know. And by the way, if you have a picture of your Ambassador, we'd like to see it. Hit us up at the Boca Brother group page on Facebook. As always, we want to thank you for watching our videos, and we especially thank those who support us by subscribing to our channel, the Boca Brothers channel. This helps us to keep making the videos of classic cars we all enjoy. Hey, if you're not a subscriber, it's easy to do. Just like, subscribe, and hit the bell for future notifications. Hey, also, we ask that you share our videos with your family and friends. This is Michael Che with the Boca Brothers YouTube channel. We'll see you next week.